I need a 30 for 30 to show that I'm different like Jordan and Pippen, you bitch. I need a 30 for 30 like Jalen and Webber. Nobody gon' fuck on my clique. I need a 30 for 30. This segment was filmed before Doc Rivers got the job with Philly. These were our opinions on him losing the job in LA.
All right. We called him out. First, I think episode 23.
Yep.
Our first episode back from the quarantines. We called him out. I know I went kind of in on Doc. I had to put my blackness to the side and say some things that I ain't really want to say. But hey, now Doc Rivers is out with the Clippers. Bobby Lee, I already know where you going with this shit. Somehow you gonna work the Warriors in here with this man losing his job. He ain't played no Warriors whatsoever this year.
So didn't want to play him this year.
Oh my God. Well, but what do we think? Did Doc Rivers deserve to lose his job, or is he the scapegoat for Kawhi and Paul George's failure? Bobby Lee, we'll go to you first.
See, half of me telling me no, it's not his fault, but the other half telling me yes, because Doc Rivers done had some teams in his career. When the team with Boston, Paul Pierce and them, Paul Pierce only has one chip. With all that talent, why do Paul Pierce only have one chip? That Los Angeles Clippers team, they could never get over that rail to get to the Western Conference Finals and get over those Golden State Warriors.
Yeah, it is.
You tell me why, Doc. You're such a great coach and got all these talented players. Why you can't get them over the hump? And of course, this year, we didn't even get to see who we really wanted to see. LA versus LA. Who was the king of LA? But hey, we got it the easy way. We didn't get it the hard way. You know why? Doc couldn't get it done. But you can't put it all on Doc. You got to put it on Kawhi and Paul George. Your two best players. Me personally, I still feel like Kawhi should have stayed in Toronto. I feel like he should have stayed in Toronto because I feel like he won't get back to the finals again in the West, especially with those guys coming back. And I know he probably won't win another ring because it's another guy coming back over there in Brooklyn. And
what about the team in LA that wear purple and gold? You bringing up everybody but the team that's in the final.
Y'all did y'all thing.
We're going to continue to do our thing.
Y'all did y'all thing. I got to give y'all the credit. You said what y'all going to do is get to the finals.
I said we're going to win it.
You said that also. But we're not going to speak on that part. I want to go and talk about Paul George. Paul George is an embarrassment. And he's probably one of the reasons why Doc Rivers is out of there. Paul George is a superstar in the regular season and a rookie in the playoffs.
Hey, go on and tell him what you say. You say Paul George. I mean, you said Klay Thompson better than Paul George, right?
I said several years ago that Klay Thompson is better than Paul George. But hey, the game shows it. Who was at home? Who didn't get a chance? But if they did get a chance, will it be a different story?
So you saying so to stay on topic now. So you saying that really ain't Doc Rivers' fault. That's what you're trying to say, right?
Really not. Because all that talent y'all had to get the 6th man of the year over there, and they still to have the 6th man in Harold, got Kawhi, who Max say better than LeBron. but he had to pump his brakes on that because he couldn't even get to where LeBron got to. But yeah, Paul George is simply a rookie when it comes to the playoffs. He's exactly what his playoff name is, playoff P, and that is absolutely nothing. No reason why to be winning. You have all that talent. When the Warriors had all that talent, they got it done. When LeBron had that talent, the Heat got it done.
He failed the first year now.
He failed the first year, but guess what?
This was their first year. I'm just pushing back a little bit.
Their first year was nothing like this.
They lost to the Mavs, man. They shouldn't have lost to the Mavs.
They got to the finals, though, then.
They got to the finals in the East, yeah.
They didn't even get to the Western Conference.
Okay. All right. A lot of truth to it. Tell you what you got, dog. Are you putting the blame on Doc Rivers? Or is this on Kawhi and PG?
I'm gonna put it on Kawhi and PG.
Okay.
PG wasn't available beginning of the year, right?
Yeah, he had some things going on.
He had surgery going on. Shoulder. Okay. So you got that. I think the Clippers and their ownership and the owners there, Ballmer, they've got a lot of money to spend, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I think sometimes certain people and certain players fit. I think what you're seeing right now is what was going on in San Antonio when Kawhi had the whole leg thing. I don't think they're really feeling Kawhi and PG as much as they thought they would have. I think Kawhi came there and he was comfortable because you started to see more of his personality once he got back home. I don't think Kawhi's whole intention was, I don't think he was just driven enough to go win and get it done. Will these guys to it, do whatever it takes to win. I don't see that. I didn't see that this year. I think PG, I just can't speak on him. He's had a lot of failures in the playoffs. People forget, I mean, he really had the game 7 against in Indiana. I think he went hard.
They really pushed them boys back then.
Okay, but see, I'm not gonna blame Doc on this one. They didn't have the whole core, the whole group this year. Guys were checking in and out, like, okay, we're gonna just turn this thing on whenever we get ready. I think Marcus Morris even came out and said that, like, we just can't be reading the papers and thinking we just got this in the bag. We got to go put the work in and go make it happen. And I think there is some issues with guys like Harold and Beverly and those guys that took 2 off the Warriors, Bobby Lee, as 8 seed.
He don't want to talk about that though.
Took 2 off the Warriors without a Kawhi or PG. And I think sometimes, players and their statuses and everything, I think there's not a good mix going on there. And maybe it was just one of those things. I think they called it a mutual decision between the organization and Doc.
And we know what that means.
Yeah, exactly. But my question is, who do you bring in? Like, what do you do? Who do you go to that's gonna make that work? Like
Mark Jackson.
Hell, y'all didn't want him.
That's what I'm
How
saying.
you gonna say Mark Jackson? Y'all didn't want him.
I hate that we didn't want him. That's what made the Warriors what they is now.
If Mark Jackson comes back, if he was to come back, and I think Mark's one of them people that's not gonna like bite his tongue. He's gonna say what he feels. And will Kawhi receive that? He's already had a guy like Pop that kind of, pushed him, challenged him.
Him and Uncle Dennis gonna bump heads, man.
I don't know, man. It's interesting.
Joe, who you laying this egg at the foot at? Did Doc deserve to get the axe? Or are you saying it's really on PG and Kawhi?
I'm gonna start off by saying I really dislike the fact that we are we're able to sit here and say, you know, whether or not Doc should have kept his job or if he should be fired. Granted, he hasn't performed well as a coach. Uh, but there are other coaches of fair skin that, you know, will be on here saying why he's not fired.
Mm-hmm.
But if we gonna say that this is a players' league,
Right.
then we have to put the blame on Kawhi and PG.
Right.
They both came to LA as prima donnas. I'm from here, so now this is my team. So if I'm Montrez, if I'm Lemon Pepper Lou Will, I'm like,
Lemon pepper Lou.
hold up now. I've been here a couple years. Like, you don't just come and now this is just totally your team.
Yeah.
But you do have the superstar status. So let me sit back and see what the superstar status look like. Hold up. You taking days off in practice? Hold up. You missing games? Like, you know, you just can't come here and I'm working my butt off in practice and I'm playing every game. But yet when we win, they ain't really talking about me. They talking about Kawhi. They talking about Paul George. So I could see where the animosity would build. I put it on Kawhi and PG because there's no reason for you to be up 3-1. And even if you had a horrible coach, you should be able to win one game off your talent alone. You had the better bench. Denver flat out just outplayed y'all.
Yep.
Your vocal leader is Patrick Beverly. Now that's your vocal leader. The superstar's supposed to be your vocal leader. Like, it's not one team Bron hadn't been on that you can't say, oh nah, he the leader. Like, Kawhi's supposed to be that guy. But if you just gonna Paul George, he quiet too. So you got two quiet superstars. And all you got is Pat Bev getting 30 dropped on him, but he doing all the talking.
Yeah.
So I put it I put it on the players. Lou Will did not have one of his better series. Maybe he shouldn't have stopped and got them wings.
He shouldn't.
They slowed him down or something because he wasn't the same.
Hey, I told y'all we should have known when that boy went to P Valley. We should have known it was over.
So and then of course Trez had he had some real serious going on. So that's
I
that's
can't
tough.
trust that.
You know what I mean? So, but again, Kawhi and PG should have been at least been able to get them to the Western Conference Finals. All you needed was one game. You was up 15. You was up 19. Like, how do you not pull that? But like I said, if you can only affect the game, if you not Jordan, which Jordan did it on both ends though, notice Kawhi is not the defensive player we've known him to be. He would not take Jamal Murray. And they supposedly have the two best wing defenders. Well, two-way players, I say.
Mm-hmm.
Neither one of them could slow down Jamal. Like, that's who y'all need to. I can see you not stopping Jokic because you're not big enough. But you got to be able to slow down Jamal. If you just slow him down, you win that series. Because that's all Bron did. I can't necessarily, because he, like we said, he fouled him on a play. But he did slow him down. That's all you needed them for. Like, Doc shouldn't have had to put his expertise on that series. They was up 3-1. You just need one game, man. One.
Y'all boys, y'all done brought some shit. Y'all done brought the shit tonight. Boy, y'all got me y'all very persuasive. Cause I went in. Y'all got me feeling like I went in too much on Doc the other day.
Yeah.
I mean, what, a couple weeks ago?
Yeah.
A couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
But I just feel like Doc deserved it. Now, T say it was some of my Celtics hate coming in. Because that 08 title they won, that was on my Lakers. And that shit hurt. It did hurt, especially Paul Pierce bitch ass walking up in there, having them carry him in there and shit. And he in the wheelchair. He come out and all that buzz and cap. And they win that shit. Whew, but y'all made some interesting points. Can I say it's a blend of both? Can I say that? I can't straddle up in Tony.
That's straddling. You got to give a percentage.
All
Look,
right.
Give me a 51-49.
Okay, if I'm giving you a 51-49, I'm gonna have to get a 51 to PG and Kawhi.
Okay.
Because we keep saying, at least me and you especially, keep saying we're coming to NBA. If it's NCAA, high school, I'm gonna go coach. You know, because coach just like God like figures in those those levels of basketball. But as I think we did speak to Kawhi not being a galvanizing figure. And if you got a team down 3-1, if you just come on with it, y'all go ahead and win. But I still gotta give Doc that 49 because I'm thinking about Greg Popovich. Greg Popovich got 5 ships, and his star player was not vocal. But he vocal. When you have a star player like that, he'll lead by example. I ain't saying that. Tim Duncan, hell of a leader. We are not saying he ain't no leader. He led by example. He ain't finna get in your ass. But Greg Popovich getting everybody's ass. And it seemed like the journalists are leaking out that Doc Rivers was letting Kawhi and PG off the hook. Like y'all are saying. Seemed like Lemon Pepper, Lou, and Trez and just the Clippers that were there and got them 2 games off the Warriors with the healthy KD. He don't like that. It seemed like the old guys did not like that load management shit at all.
You got on this last podcast. That was a pause moment.
What? What I say? What I say?
You said Pop get in everybody.
Oh yeah, that's true. All right, pause.
Maybe you should say get on, maybe not get in.
We not like that on this. We got there. We were very self-assured on this podcast, so we ain't got to worry about that.
Okay, that works.
We ain't even got to play the pause game on this podcast. But y'all know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Popovich, y'all remember that legendary segment where he was telling them, I need some nasty, I need y'all to get on your shit. Well, Kawhi is not gonna do that as a leader. He's not gonna do that. So Doc got to do that. Yeah. You see what I'm saying? So that's why I still got to give him that 49. The 51 I still would put over there with Kawhi and PG because like y'all saying, Paul George that came up short in OKC. Paul George come over here telling us that this was not a championship or bust year. We all know that's bullshit. Kawhi goddamn ass sitting up here don't want to play back-to-back games, doing the regular season, all that shit. And like y'all said, one of y'all just said, you don't think Uncle Dennis and Doc would get along? Doc don't like load management, do it? I know Jeff Van Gundy always talks down on it.
Yeah, I don't think Doc likes it.
No, because he from that era, bro. Again, going back watching this shit, they used to play back-to-backs in the playoffs. Back-to-backs in the playoffs.
It makes sense if you playing on the same court.
Yeah, it does. Yeah, it does. The NBA boys, man, they quite spoiled around this bitch. And Kawhi slicked the poster child of that. It worked. Folks gave him a pass because it worked in Toronto. But if we being 100, that shit was this close not to working because they damn near lost to Philly.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
The shit that bounced in. And then if KD ain't hurt, they ain't win no goddamn championship against no Warriors.
You know, KD then Clay got hurt.
Yeah. Well, I was trying to not say Clay as well.
I mean, I had to.
The
only reason I mentioned it is because right before Clay got hurt, Clay was giving them buckets. Like they started making look like a comeback. And he got hurt. So I will say that.
Then triple team.
Who they triple team?
I ain't finna get into it. I don't want to get into it.
Last thing I do want to get y'all of this on wax, real quick before we move on. I'm hearing Doc's name being thrown around at Philly. And there was one other notable job.
New Orleans.
New Orleans. Okay. Come on, y'all. Y'all think he deserved to get handed some more talent? He got one ship with the big three Celtics. He tricked off the bag with T-Mac, tricked off the bag with CP3, Blake, and DeAndre Jordan, tricked off the bag with this current crew. Does he deserve to get Ben Simmons and Joel Embiid, or get handed Brandon Ingram and Zion Williamson? What y'all think on that? Am I being too hard on Doc?
Yes, you are.
I feel like Doc is that black dude that's fucking it up for the other black dudes, man.
I'm
just gonna be 100. He's the black dude fucking it up for Mark Jackson and them. I don't understand why. Maybe they just love Doc. Maybe he's nice with the media or something. I don't know.
If Steve Nash can be gifted KD and Kyrie, why not?
This brother right here, he's on his Jesse Jackson.
No, I'm just saying. Now, I don't think he won't fill a job, because he's gonna end up getting fired again. He better, if he have the option, he better go to the Pelicans. I feel like those young players would actually listen to him, and he would actually catch their ear. The Simmons Embiid experience, I hate to say it, yes, they need to break that up.
Okay, that sounds like a segment for a future show right there. Tell you what you think. Where's his landing spot? You think, does he deserve one of those two?
Doc need to take a break.
Broadcast team?
Like straight up, Doc need to take a break. He need to either go to the booth or do something different. I think he's burnt out. In my opinion, I really do think he's burnt out. I think because he was also president and GM or something, or GM
at first. I think they
took
that from him.
They took it.
See, he was doing all that, and then now I think he's burnt out, man. I think he needs to just take some time off.
So he need to John Gruden again.
He need to take some time off. I personally think he needs to take some time off. Maybe do some things. Look back at some stuff. Some improve his coaching and other. Just taking a step back and just reflecting on what he did do, what he didn't do, what he could have done better, things like that. I don't think Doc needs to just run into another situation. I mean, the New Orleans job would be great because he wouldn't be highly covered. It'll just be Doc and the young boys. So it wouldn't be a lot of pressure down there in New Orleans.
You got Zion on TV.
I know.
That boy be on TV.
I don't think it's gonna be as much pressure for him in New Orleans. Now the Philly job, he need to just leave that alone, because Philly media, they just next level. And the Simmons Embiid thing, I don't think he wants to run into another conflicting duo. So, in my opinion, though, I think he needs to just take a year or two off. And if he still desires to coach, I'm sure all he's got to do is just say, "Hey, look, I'm available, looking for whatever." But
do you think the game will pass him by if he take a year or two off?
Well, I mean, Doc's 60-something years old, right?
Yeah, but I'm saying the difference between still being in the mix and kind of not being in the mix, so to speak.
Yeah, I'm asking what you're saying. I don't think there's nothing wrong with taking a year off, though. I just don't. I don't think the game's gonna pass him. I mean, either you got it or you don't. I just think he needs to just take some time off.
You think he may look at it like, if I take a year off, there may not be a job for me to have?
No, there'll be a job. Somebody will hook him up.
They fuck with Doc, man. I think Doc. I don't know what it is.
He's well.
He's that black guy. He's their black guy.
Now, I'll tell you a job he could take. I'll tell you a job he could take.
What?
In all honesty, Indiana. Take the Indiana job.
He may not have Oladipo.
Now, I read where they want more of a faster pace of ball in Indiana. I think that was one of the reasons why they got rid of Nate, supposedly, was just the speed of the pace of the offense and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. They wanted to see a more up-tempo game. I don't know if that's really Doc's MO. I don't know, but I think the Indiana job would work. I think it would work for him.
They talking about blowing it up, though. Miles Turner supposedly on a trade block. Oladipo won't out.
Yeah.
Oladipo, come on over there to the Lakers and be our third wheel.
Oh my God.
I be recruiting everybody. I don't give a fuck. Hell, wrong
Wales want the Western All-Star team.
I recruiting every motherfucker.
Go.
Go. Subscribe to our daddy's YouTube channel. He's the best. Hit the like button, turn on the notifications.